with the Southern Delta Church of Wicca, ATC, here in Lake City, Arkansas. I've got a very special project that I'm working on today. Our High Priest, Right Reverend Terry Riley, asked me to build a garden cart for our community garden and vegetable stand. I'm going to be using the wheels off of this old bicycle. The bicycle's been sitting up for I don't know how many years now, and I'm going to have to tear the tires off, so I figured that none of this stuff that's on here is any good to me or anybody I know. I don't really know anyone who rides bikes, so I'm just going to take the hammer and be very bruteful about it and rip all this stuff off. Like most people I know, sockets are one of those cumbersome tools when it comes to storing anything. I got all kinds of sockets that I've acquired over the years, and every person, every maker, every mechanic likes to use their own method to go about storing everything. Personally, I just like using a bag. Like a dump pouch bag for this purpose, because I can still always go in and find anything I need, but at the same time, if I just want to drop something in there and I don't really want to just lose it right away, I can throw it in there, and this thing's a lot easier. It'll fit in my larger bag. So 5/8, it's a little loose on the 5/8. It's a little easier with the 15, so we're going to go with the metric on this. Often I find whenever I'm working on something like this and I'm trying to do everything in a hurry, that just having the dump bag for the sockets and things like that typically work as a tool in its own right because of convenience sake, and typically convenience always wins out on most things. Got to get a screwdriver for that. Now, these are Knipex pliers. Also pronounced Kinapex, however you want to call them. These are actually quite old. These are inherited to me, but they still work. These are probably about, I don't know, 10, 20 years old, and they still work like they're brand new. Probably the best cutting pliers I've ever used. be the axle for the two wheels. It is a 7/16 inch thick shaft that is fully threaded from tip to tip. It's about 1 meter long, and I've got 8 nuts and 4 washers. 4 nuts are going to go on one wheel along with 2 washers and the rest on the other. So I want these gears to be on the inside so they're not in the way. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and do like that. This tire, it doesn't really matter which side goes on first, because neither side has those gears. I'm going to back this off. Just about right there. Let's move the tire out that way. And then go ahead and tighten up the back side. Just a little bit snug. Alright, so this is a piece of fencing that came with our property when we bought our homestead, and it's going to serve as the primary base of what the cart is going to end up looking like. I have other boards that are fence boards that are a little bit wider. What I want to do is add a couple more of these to here to make this a little bit wider. I'm going to have to add some more joists underneath it to widen it all out, and this will be the bottom of the cart itself. So this is the excess piece of wood that was cut off of one of the boards when I was making one of the frames. I got another one just like it. So what I've decided to do is use this to build a housing around the axle. I want it flush and tight up against it. I've already drawn a line, so we'll go ahead and start a screw. these A-frames to the deck. I went ahead and added another little triangle piece to the back side of each one of them. Cut out a little notch so they would kind of fit up against the shaft pretty easy. So I went ahead and I cut a 2x4 into a couple of sections. And I got one here and I got one up at the front. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and connect them. And that's going to determine the width of the undercarriage, because this one and that one are the same length. .25½ inches. So now that I got all the undercarriage screwed down to the deck, next thing I'm going to do is work on the handles. Now I picked this up at a yard sale for $1. It's post holding. Since I was able to find this for such a cheap price at a yard sale, I was like, well, I'm going to use these as the handles, because these would be just perfect. So I don't have to have everything that's inside of this. All I'm going to do is just put this on here. This ain't going to be a perfect thing. It's all right. It don't have to be. I'm going to use the radio and come back and make a quick cut on these. I've decided to forego installing hinges on the walls. I feel like if the walls are able to collapse, it would compromise the stability of the project. And we want to be able to load this cart down with vegetables while it's traversing some distance. So instead of doing that, I'm going to take these steel L brackets and socket head screws, and I'm going to mount these on there to allow the walls to stay up and be very sturdy. All right, so the garden cart is finished, and I'm here with Right Reverend Terry Riley. He's the one that commissioned the cart be built, and I have spent a great deal of time in the workshop building it and getting it ready, and it's all done with paint and everything. So he is anxious and excited to see this thing.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about it.
So I got it hidden behind the gate over here. You ready, Terry?
I'm ready.
All
to
right.
see it. Been a long time coming.
It's nice and early out here in the morning.
Yeah, about 7 o'clock.
All right, it's behind the gate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you stand about right there. That's
All right.
good, right there.
Okay.
And are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Ready to see it. Oh, wow, look at that. That's amazing, Glenn. That's amazing. Got the writing on it and everything. And wheels. I thought it was going to be good, but it ain't going to be this good. That's a good cart, Glenn. It's amazing.
So why don't you tell everybody what you plan on doing with this thing?
Yeah. Well, as you know, we have our community garden that we give away all the fruits and vegetables that we raise, and we have a produce stand out there in front of the church. I told Glenn, I said, it'd be nice if we could take some of the produce and reach more people instead of them coming to the church and picking up stuff. If we could deliver or hand out more stuff. So I came up with the idea, if we go down on the highway, which is about 5 blocks from where we're at, the main highway here in Lake City, I said, if we had a cart or a pickup or something like that, then I could load it down with vegetables, and once or twice a week take it up there, and we could reach more people that way and advertise our community garden better. And he volunteered to come up with this cart, and I said, okay, you build it, and I said, I'll take it down there and use it. So, and here it is. So I'm excited for next summer now to be able to take this down there and do advertising for our community service and be able to give away more food. So I'm excited about that.
It's kind of poetic that it's sitting next to the fence because most of the board that's on here is made out of
it's made out of that wood plank fence there. So
right now, all the lumber has been pretty expensive because of pandemic issues and all that. So this is about the cheapest board on the market you can buy. And a lot of this is reclaimed, like the bicycle tires.
Right.
And it's just pieced together. I mean, most of it's just scrap wood that was laying around. I didn't want to try to make something that was too expensive or elaborate. I mean, we as pagans, we like to reuse as much stuff as we can.
Right.
So, Terry, why don't you tell them about the subscribe button?
Oh yeah. If you like what we're doing and our community service we're doing here at Southern Delta Church Wicca, tell your friends about what we're doing, share this video, and hit that subscribe button. And also there's a little thing up there, a little ding-a-ling thing. If you hit that, you can get the notifications of when the next video is coming out. And hit that like button. If you like what we're doing, say something in the comments down there. If you like our little cart, you like Glenn's effort here, give us tell us about it in the comments. We'll get back with you. So, until next time, this is Terry Riley and Glenn Garrison from Southern Delta Church Wicca and the Pagan Gardener saying, blessed be. Yay! And I want to take my cart.
Get this hot rod out of here.
And it's easy.